Hello and welcome. Today's video is going to be on self-healing work and the 4 decks that I mostly use to do self-healing. So the first deck, you can see a few cards here, is the Healing Energy Oracle deck by Leanne Peters. I was actually given this deck last year from my mum, who no longer felt this deck was of service to her. However, I felt very, very drawn to it, and just looking at the cards instantly make me feel more positive and more healed. They are very, very lovely. So I'll show you a few of these cards and then explain the reading I did for myself today and how I usually use them. So they're very, very lovely cards. I'd say they're quite good cardstock and they're quite shiny. So what I love about these cards is that each has a very individual message, but at the same time it all links into the general theme of how to improve yourself and how to heal yourself more, and what is needed for you to heal yourself. So for example, take a look at a couple of the cards. Blossoming. Now this is a card that I really, really love, and I did draw it a lot during a very difficult time. So colour to help balance your chakras, blossoming and growing into a beautiful flower. Self-growth. Plant anew, springtime, peace, self-love, inner beauty, physical discomfort as you grow. And that was especially true. I think every time someone goes through a transition period, it is painful. You have to face shadows, and you have to face core beliefs that you perhaps don't want to face. But once you face them and you embrace the emotions they bring, you're able to move on from that and blossom like the flower on this card. This card that I showed for a bit earlier is the support card. This is all about the support that comes through your divine assistant and people around you, so friends, family, and how they can give you the strength and the wisdom to carry on and better yourself. So they are very nice cards. And I do like the fact that, for me, I don't know if this is intentional, but the drawings are almost quite childlike. So it's almost like every time you draw a card, you're almost receiving a message from your inner child, and you're getting in touch with your inner child. So I really like it. So that was just a few cards to show you examples of the deck, and now explain what I did and my reading. So whenever I'm feeling like I need a bit of an uplift, or just daily really, now I've really come to love this deck and connect with it. I do my readings daily. So before I draw any cards, I touch the deck, I shuffle it, and I do a quick invocation to my guides and my spirits, and just ask, is there anything I need to work on? Are there any key aspects that are going to play a very important role in what's coming up in my life? So I do these 3 cards, and they're all very important, I think. So white light, this is all about spiritual healing, and it says at the bottom of the card, purification and cleansing. So when you draw this card, it often means you've been through something and you're coming out the end of it. And you're coming out the end of it having faced your shadows and being able to create a brighter light for yourself and others. So it's a very, very positive card. It's a card about, again, looking within and facing those things you don't normally want to face. Because all too often we experience something difficult and our instant reaction is to kind of gloss over it and pretend everything's okay and pretend you're in bliss. Sometimes it's okay not to be in bliss and to feel the things that are painful for you. This allows you to move on from them. So, like I said at the bottom of the card, purification and cleansing. So this could mean literally you could do a purification or cleansing ritual for yourself. For example, using a sage smudging stick, using some frankincense and burning on a charcoal disc. Something as simple as that, just to symbolise the fact that you are purifying and cleansing yourself from whatever it is you need to be purified and cleansed from. So the other card I drew was New Life. So what I love about this card is it's all about new ideas growing, nurturing your dreams to bring them into reality. And as you can see, the picture on the card looks like a tiny fetus in a womb. So it's quite a good representation of a new idea. And at the bottom of the card it's got keywords such as focus, nourishment, life, pay attention, support and balance. And these are the keywords that are needed to bring that idea into reality, to manifest your dreams. So this card was very important for me because at the current place I'm in, I have a lot of opportunities, and there's things that I want to do, but I just don't know how to bring them into fruition just yet. So perhaps there's something I need to work on to be able to give myself the option to do something that really makes me happy. And the last card I drew was mental healing. Healing of the mind through exploration and inner reflection, which lead into expansion of the mind. Mental chaos grounding, ego healing. So again, I've been doing a lot of healing work lately, very much looking into myself and looking for the sources of the inner conflict I've been having. So this is a very good card because it reminds me to look inwards and to soothe that mental chaos. And through exploration of the inner reflection, we can expand ourselves. So these are all very relevant cards to me. And I have to say, every time I do a reading with this deck, it seems to be spot on. Very, very accurate and very kind and gentle. So that was the Healing Energy Card Oracle deck by Leanne Peters. Okay, so let's move on to the other decks that I really love. Okay, so these are another 2 Oracle decks that I use for self-healing. And they're done by the same person, Tony Carmine Salerno. And I just love the gentleness again of these decks, because when you are going through something difficult and you want some reassurance, a little bit of help, you don't want anything too harsh. So this deck, the Spirit Oracle, I actually found in a lovely shop in Glastonbury, and it's a shop where you're able to actually hold the decks. They have example decks for every deck, and you can hold them and get a feel, and it really helps to be able to identify if you really connect with the deck. So I'll show some cards again. I just love the drawings on these cards, and they all have an affirmation on the back, so you don't need to look in any booklet. Everything you need is on the card itself, which is quite handy. I'm trying to find some really beautiful, I mean they're all beautiful, but find some cards that I really like. So a Tune of Love, Ancient Knowledge. There's so many. I just love, oh, this is a really nice one, Healing. And it's very, very, I just love the art. I absolutely adore the art. I mean, there is some nudity, but I think it's, it's not sexual, it's just nudity. It's showing people in their natural form, and again, I love that about the deck. It's so naked and so true, and not afraid to tell you the truth, but in a nice, subtle way. So again, a very, very lovely deck. And the next one, again from Tony Carmine Salerno, is the Gaia Oracle. I actually had this deck first, and again, it's very similar kind of art. And the backs of the card are just beautiful. And they give you a keyword and some other little words that relate to it at the bottom, but there is a booklet that you can look in for a more in-depth analysis. So again, as you can see, the art, it's just absolutely lovely. Peace. I just love the light on that card. Moonlight Goddess, the Dream. And there's some really lovely depictions of water and the moon in this deck. Rising above, I also very much love this card. So yeah, I can't sing the praises of this deck and the other Tony Carmine Salerno deck enough. I showed a little booklet that comes with the cards. So I think for each deck, it's got quite a good amount of detail, about a page for each one. And the page consists of, I don't know if you can see it, it's bright here. I'll try and lift it up. It's not really working. Oh, there you go. So about that much for each card, and they're very helpful. So again, it's a great deck for healing, and it's very, very soothing. Okay, and the last deck is from Denise Jarvie, and it's the Flower of Life, which got a very lovely ray of sunshine coming from the sunlight. Okay, so it comes with a little booklet, but I don't think I've ever looked at this for this deck, because I don't think you need to. Because again, like the first Tony Carmine deck I showed you, the Spirit Oracle, it's got an affirmation on the back, and I was just in love with these cards because each card is a picture, a photograph of a beautiful natural scene, and I'm very into nature, and I just think it's a lovely deck. So as you can see, there's a wide range of colours. I love this card because it has butterflies on and purple. And, you know, really good meanings on the back. So again, oh, hang on, I'll show you this card because it's a wonderful depiction of a forest. Yes, again, just a lovely deck. I can't sing the praises of all of these decks enough. So yeah, whenever I feel like I need to heal, I just go to a deck, draw a couple of cards, and it gives me a message to work on. Another aspect of healing is, I keep going about shadows and light, is shadow working. And there's a great video by someone called Teal Swan about the really basic techniques for shadow working. So how to get to your core beliefs of an issue, and how to find your suppressed selves. So I recommend that video also, along with these decks. This deck which you see here is actually a Lenormand tarot deck, which I will review in my next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye! Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to do a review on the very lovely French Cartomancy Lenormand deck. So I just got it through the post today, and I've had a chance to shuffle it and have a good look at it, and I really adore it. It's my first Lenormand deck. I have to say I'm very pleased. So here's an example of some of the cards. I think they're very clear, very lovely, they keep in tune with that 17th century French theme, and the back of the card's also very pretty. And I'd say they're quite thick. I mean, not uber thick, but you know, they're not whimsy or flimsy. So as with all Lenormand decks, you read these as a pictograph, which requires you to get in a very different frame set from tarot cards and doing tarot readings. But it's something I'm quite interested in starting and trying. And so yeah, these are just a few of the cards to have a look at. Yes, that's my review over and done with. Have a good day. Goodbye.